This is Head Bustin' Boxing, and we are back in the house. And hey, this is a good one right here. According to Tyson Fury, Wladimir Klitschko is a cheater, and a big one at that. In a Talk Sports interview, Tyson Fury, matter of fact, let's just go ahead and get to the title. It says unfair boxing news. Tyson Fury blasts cheater Wladimir Klitschko, claims he played 5 tricks to try and influence the fight. The Brit insists he has no respect for the Ukrainian and as a person. Tyson Fury had declared that Wladimir Klitschko attempted to cheat with 5 different tricks prior to their fight in 2015. Fury famously upset Klitschko to claim the unified heavyweight title on points in Dusseldorf, Germany, thus ended the champion's historic reign. However, even before the bout soared Tyson memories of the great champion that he beat. Fury explained, "I'm a boxing historian, especially when it comes to heavyweights. Klitschko was a good champion and done well in his career, but as a person, I have no respect for him at all, none. The man's a cheater. The man's an out-and-out cheater. He's a jealous person and he's resentful. When I went to fight Klitschko," Fury says, "it was my first time stepping up, and I was a 10-1 underdog. The win meant so much to him that he was going to do anything to get it. I mean anything, and even when it means cheating. Even the week of the fight, they messed around with the weigh-in scales. To start with, they said I weighed 17 stones, 9 pounds. I've not been 17 stones, 9 pounds since I was about 10 years old. It was another mind game because you think you've lost a stone in weight. Even my Uncle Peter said, I thought you've been eating. Have you not eaten your food? I said, I'm 18 stones, 4 pounds. We went back on my scale, 18 stones, 4 pounds. So that was one little cheat. I said to him across the way, and you rigged the scales. While you're at it, you can take them heels out of your shoes as well. He was as tall as me. Wladimir is 6'5". I don't look up at 6'5", at a 6'5" man. I said, you got stilts in your shoes, like platforms. So that was 2 things. Now, I don't really see how these are cheating. I mean, maybe the weighing thing, but I mean, if the man got boots on or whatever, that's on him, but whatever. He said, next came the infamous incident in the dominated talk on Fight Night, the ring canvas controversy. Fury continued, then the day of the fight, I go down to the venue like I do every time to check the venue out and check out the ring and check the ring out. I get in the ring and there's 10 inches of foam in this ring. It was like a memory foam mattress. I got on it and I said to my dad and my Uncle Peter, I cannot fight in this ring. I felt like I was on the moon. It's energy sapping, and the thing is that I'm a mover. So he wanted to take the legs away. John Nelson, Sky Pundit, who visited Klitschko during preparation, told me he was training on the same canvas in Austria in his training camp. So he was used to it. For the first time in a long time, he was boxing someone who wasn't bothered about how much money he was getting, who wasn't bothered about winning his belts. I was there to win. If he done that to me, how many people has he done it to over his career? And how many people needed that money and didn't say anything? I was like, I don't need the fight anyway, so let's just go home. With an hour left to go, there was still no fight on. We were going home. I had my flights planned to leave. In the end, Vitaly Klitschko said, take it out, and then it was a normal mattress. And then there was the problem with the gloves. Now I ain't gonna front the ring thing. Okay, I'll give him that. That's a problem. And then there was the problem with the gloves. In a world title fight, as the mandatory challenger, you can pick your gloves wherever you want to wear, whatever you want to wear. The gloves I ordered were puncher's gloves, and the gloves they gave me were like 2 big cushions. They said, these are the gloves we have, take them or leave them. I said, you know what, give me the gloves. I'm not bothered about the gloves. At that point, we couldn't fly any gloves in. It was too late in the day. So we took the the issue, if you know what I mean, gloves that I didn't want, that was another thing. Wow, it continues. In championship fights, a person from the opposite team comes in the changing room and watches you get your hands wrapped up. Vitaly was in my changing room, so we sent my dad to go into his changing room and watched him get wrapped up. But by the time my dad got there, he already wrapped up, bandaged on, gloves on, ready to go. So dad says, take them off or we're going home again. Anyway, my dad stormed out of the changing room and had an argument with his manager. He said, come on, let's go home. They're cheating, and I don't know what that, probably cheating cunts, pardon my French. At the point, I'm thinking, God Almighty, does it mean this much? Do you have to mess around this much to get a victory over a 10-1 underdog? Every single cheat he tried, we pulled him up on it. We made him change and play fair. I believe Wladimir Klitschko was already beaten before he got in the ring on that night. Watching him walk to the ring, he had the face of a loser straight away because all of his little antics didn't work. All I had to do was go in there, play my part, and win. I hear that. And I ain't gonna front. Tyson was definitely the superior boxer that night. It wasn't even close. I expected a lot more from Wladimir Klitschko that night, and he did not bring it. And that is about as one-sided a fight as you would see. That was what I would like to call a Floyd Mayweather type performance Tyson Fury put on Wladimir Klitschko, ending his long historical reign. Now, I wonder how this came about. I mean, it didn't say who asked him what or why this talk came about, but clearly it bothered Tyson Fury, and he made a good point. He made a very good point. How many people was this done to? I wonder if any boxers are going to come out and speak on this after the fact, because like you said, if he pulled that on him, and he was indeed a 10-1 odds to beating Wladimir, and you had other fighters whose odds were better than that, you know, you would think he might have took them a little more serious. So if that's the case, could that have happened with them as well? Does other boxers have a case as far as Wladimir Klitschko pulling some BS when it came down to the fight? Who knows? I guess only the future will tell. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got. I really don't have much to say on it because I don't know anything about this. This is the first time I'm hearing all of this. And matter of fact, I didn't even see the fight live. So, you know, if there was any rumblings like pre-fight in the dressing room and it was delayed, anything like that, I wouldn't know anything about it. But to my people over in Europe and the UK, over in Germany or whatnot, over in Britain, if you heard anything about this before, hit me up in the comment section. Yo, we could do a part 2 to this, because like for real, I know nothing about this at all, and this was kind of eye-opening for me. And if it's true, that changed the way I look at Wladimir Klitschko also. But I still think he was a great champion. But it ain't too many times he was getting in there with somebody bigger than him either. So maybe Tyson had him intimidated. Who knows? Well, anyway, this is here Bussin' Boxing Fight Doctor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Was Wladimir Klitschko a big fat cheat? Was his historical title reign a fraud? Hit me up and let me know what you think. Anyway, this is here Bussin' Boxing Fight Doctor. I am out.